I clicked it. It says live on Facebook.
It says live on your
I guess we're live. Wow, here we are. Here we are. Well, welcome everyone to our Supercharged Sunday. This is so exciting. Welcome, welcome, and welcome to our very special guest, Stephanie Williams. It says Stephanie Williams, Stephanie Simons. Which do you want us to go with, Stephanie?
Stephanie Williams.
Very good. All right, so let's make sure we're on the same page and we have the right Stephanie. Yes, I think we do.
Yes.
So yeah, welcome, Stephanie. We're really excited to have you. I'm just taking a moment to share. I'm sharing it with my Supercharge group right now. Let me just do that. I'm tapping away. So this is giving people a chance to come on, settle down, and get ready for some really exciting discussion.
Yes.
All right, so let me type. I'm trying to type fast. All right, just a moment. Okay, so here we are. And I'm also going to share this into my Oasis Retreat Mastermind group too. Okay, so we're going live all over Facebook because we have an important message to share today. It's the importance of transformation in your life and why it's necessary. How do you do it? How do you go about it? So I like to feature every week. I've just started this new thing where we're going to feature a supercharger a week because there's so many wonderful women in our group and doing amazing things and that can inspire all of us. So today we have with us Miss Stephanie Williams, and she is a best-selling author and just launched another book that she's going to share with us that's on the pre-order status right now, but that allows you to get first dibs on it. And Stephanie, we're coming to you. I'm coming from Fort Pierce, Florida. Stephanie, where are you coming from?
Fort Pierce, Florida as well.
They're both in Fort Pierce on the east coast of Florida, and it's a nice, lovely day today in Florida, so that's a good thing. Anyway, we're really excited. So Stephanie, tell us a little bit about where you're coming from. I know you're a native of Bermuda and fellow island lady, island girl.
Yes, I am Stephanie Williams. I'm a founder of Stephanie Speaks. I do motivational speaking as well as purpose coaching, and as of course, best-selling author. I am originally from Bermuda. I was born and raised there. I moved to the states of Florida, United States of Florida, in 2008, and I've been here since then. It's been a while. Pretty much Florida is practically my home, but Bermuda will always be my heart. That's where I belong. That's where I'm from, and they will always be a part of me.
What was it like for you to move the transition from Bermuda to Florida? What was that like for you? Just transitioning from that place to here.
So the transition period of moving from Bermuda to Florida was very interesting. I was very excited. I was obviously nervous as I was embarking in going to do my degree at Barry University. So I was super excited and super ready. However, it is a big culture shock because Bermuda is very small. It's a 21 square mile island, and United States is huge. And meeting new people was very interesting. I loved it, and I enjoyed every experience that I've had since I've moved out here. It's broadened my horizons. It's actually given me a lot more opportunities than what I would have had if I had stayed in Bermuda. And I believe it's helped me grow and mature and experience a lot more things so I could gain more wisdom and be able to give back.
Yeah, so it's quite the journey. So we met a few years ago at Leslie George's International Women's Day event that she had a few years back, and we were on the same panel and talking from our different perspectives on our outlook on things of life and where we're coming from and what we all have to bring. And what's so special is that everyone has their unique contribution to make.
Yes.
And so sometimes we are initially may be shy or a little reticent because of different concerns that we have or fears that we have. So how were you able to overcome your shyness? Because I think you're inherently a shy person, but you have so much depth to you, and were to overcome that to bring out this beautiful personality that you have.
Yes, is being able to not let fear paralyze me, because that can happen where we become too shy or anxiety hits us and we tend to not carry on with our purpose because of the fact that, hey, look, I don't want to be in the spotlight. I don't want to be out there sharing so much things about my life where I'm being very vulnerable and open. But at the end of the day, it's not about me. It's about who I'm helping. It's about who this message is going to go to. It's about who I'm going to impact. It's about what God is doing through me to help somebody else, as I am only his vessel. I am only the person that he's going to use to help get somebody else to the destination that they need to get to. As we all have a purpose, and it's time for us to live in that purpose and live in our divine calling, as we all have gifts and talents, and our gifts and talents is not just meant for us, it's meant for the world, it's meant for everybody. So that's what I have. That's when I go live or when I do things and I say yes to certain things, I have to remember it's not about me. It's about who I'm serving. It's about who I'm assisting. It's about what God is doing through me. So
Amazing. Praise the Lord. You kind of opened up like a flower as you were talking about your purpose and knowing that it's a divine unction on your life, and it's in God that we move and have our being. So when we tap into that eternal divine power, we become so strong. And we don't know where it comes from.
God confidence. Yes.
Amen. So it overcomes our own shyness and our own personal barriers. That is very, very inspiring to hear you say that.
Yeah.
So with that being said, how did you come to write your book? Tell us the name of your book. Why did you write it? Who it's for?
The name, it's an actual journal. It's a step-by-step journal, and the journal is called The Transformation Journey. See the magic within and awaken your personal power. And it's mainly about being able to walk in your purpose and not being afraid, as we have to start somewhere. And if we don't start, then it won't happen. It doesn't matter where we are in life. It doesn't matter if we're going through so much different things and we're being bombarded with crisis after crisis after crisis. It doesn't matter. We just have to start. We just have to be able to look at ourselves and say, where can I start? Not when can I start? Where can I start? And how can I go about starting that process? Because we tend to focus on what's going on around us, and we tend to focus on what's happening in our current lives instead of focusing on not asking the question why, but what am I going to learn through this process so that I can be able to help somebody else transform, because this experience that we go through is transforming us, it's shifting us, it's forming us, it's helping create our purpose, and for us to be able to be divine as God created us in his image and in his likeness. So therefore it's already inside of us. Whatever it is that we need to conquer and overcome, it's already there. He's already given us the tools and the resources and the people and the things. We just have to take that first initiative step. And faith without works is dead. So if we don't do it, then who's going to do it? We have to make that first step. So that's mainly what my book is about. It's talking about my in the beginning, it's talking about a testimony of how I started this process for myself. And then it talks about, it gives affirmations in there, as well as encouragement for whoever's reading. It's got scriptures in there, references, because I do have a relationship with God, and I'm not afraid to show that relationship with God, as he is my center. And the only way that I'm a creator is because I focus on him and I ask for his direction in my life. I can't do nothing without him. He provides me with the tools and the resources and the creativity to be able to do the things that I do. So it has a bit of scripture references in there, it has affirmations, it has bit of a testimony of how I went through the COVID-19 experience. And this journal actually has been on my mind for a while now. It's been about 2 years that it's been on my mind. So I'm just bringing it out and releasing it into the atmosphere so that it could touch millions of other people's lives. It's not about me, it's about what God is going to do and how he's going to serve his people.
So what is the process, with that being said, what is the process that people will undergo? Like, well, first of all, what was the process that you underwent in order to get to this place of what was the transformation that you experienced?
Okay, so my actual journey that helped me get through this phase of my life, I was suffering with anxiety really, really bad. I didn't tell nobody that I have anxiety. I was just going through it myself. There were days where I would cry out in the open. I'll be in my car and I'll just start crying. I'll be going to bed and nothing's on my mind and just start crying. Like, I'll just have all these different crying spurts. And then also, not only that, you know, where you have trouble breathing because you're having a panic attack. I will have panic attacks in my sleep. I will be actually sleeping and awaking with panic attacks, gasping for air. And what made me realize that I was not going the right direction, my health was deteriorating. I was having seizures back to back. I have a history of seizures, and I was having seizures again back to back. There was one point where I had a seizure in the middle of the night and I had to call the ambulance because I couldn't come back around from it. I was having a lot of difficulty, and I'm a single mother. So it's just me and my boys in the house. And I had to call the ambulance because I didn't know what to do, because my body, I couldn't move my body. All I could do was move my hands. So I picked up my phone and just dialed 911, and I contacted them and I said, I need help. So they came to help assist me. And when they came, they had to take me in the ambulance. So the officers had to come and observe my kids until my father or somebody in my family could come and assist with my kids. So that was a really, really terrible experience that I went through as a mother and as a single mother at that. On top of that, it's not something that anybody would want to endure, especially with their younger kids in the house and everybody's sleeping. So it's very scary. So that was one scary experience. And then another scary experience that made me awaken, like uncovered my eyes. What made me uncover my eyes was the point where my oldest son came to him and was like, Mommy, I love you and I don't want you to die. I looked at him, I was like, I love you too, baby boy. And I gave him a hug. And it prompted me to ask, why did you ask? Why did you say, I don't want you to die? He goes, because the weekend before I saw you gasp for air when you awoke. And I was like, you saw that? He goes, yes, Mommy, that was scary. I didn't know what to do. I didn't know what was going on. So that was a knock at my door, pretty much saying, Stephanie, like, something needs to give. You need to find out why is this happening. So that's when I started my transformation journey. When it came to being able to transform myself, I'm a work in progress. I am not perfect. I have my own issues and my own problems that I have to encounter and overcome. And this journey, this uncovering helped me, and it opened my eyes, and I was like, okay, I need to slow down. I am doing too much stuff. Because I'm an overachiever. People who know me, who personally know me, know that I'm an overachiever, and I'm always trying to do something. I'm always got my hands in something. I'm always doing something. So, and it's not for me. It's because I have a passion and I have a commitment to helping others and making a difference. And in order for me to make a difference, I have to be the difference as well. So it's being able to allow God to have control and let go. So I had to learn to be still. I had to learn to let go of control and not try to control my life and control what's going on around me. I had to learn to back up And I had to learn to say what is a priority and what is not a priority, what should be on my schedule and what should not be on my schedule. How is this going to help me get to my purpose? Is this going to help me accomplish what I need to do? So I had to start asking those questions. And in the middle of asking those questions, the creativity started flowing through me. And I started this journal in my own, where I would journal every day. In the morning, I would take time out and I will have a journal, and I will ask myself these certain questions every day, consistently, intentionally. And it helped me to slow down. It helped me to be like, okay, Stephanie, let me be in the moment. Let me not be on my phone. Let me not be doing something in regards to work. Let's take a break. Let's take a pause and do this, and it allows you to be in the moment.
Wow, that's a whole lot of activity there and quite a journey for sure. So it's going from stage to stage. And one of the things that you said to highlight is that a lot of people feel like I'm not ready to do this or I'm not ready to do that. And the whole idea is it's a work in progress, and you can start where you are with what you have and based on the experience where you are at that time. It's not about something in the future. It's about what you've already accumulated and what you can bring forth right now.
Right.
As you learn to do more.
Right.
Because many times, a lot of reasons people don't maybe write a book or go forward with some vision they have is because they feel like I need to do this. After I do this, then I can do that. And after I do that, then I can do the other. But that's just an excuse to delay it. So in this process of what you've been doing, have you, so you started your own journal and now you've turned their book into a journal. So have you worked through your own book journal as a journal now that it's in a book form? And I know it's in pre-order status, but have you worked through it again?
Oh, I still work through it every day. It's something I do every day. In order for, like, I have to learn to center myself and have a focus. So this is something I do as a routine, consistently and intentionally. I do it every morning so that I could be able to have that focus and be able to be like, okay, this is what I documented. This is what I said is going to be the next step for what I'm going to do. So I'm going to stay focused on that. It kind of reminds you of a planner, but it's in a journal process type of thing.
Okay. Now, so what does your morning routine look like with your journal? How do you actually go about it?
Okay, so first I awake in the morning. I pray before my kids get up. Most times I try to get up before my kids get up, and I pray. And there's a group of sisters that I pray with at my church as well, and we would do a prayer at 5:30 in the morning. And then after that, I will get into my devotions. I will get my focus on God, my center, and then after that, I will journal. And if I don't get to the journaling that day, then I will do it the next day because I want it to be for the morning only for me. That's the way that I process it. But there's people who journal in the evening. There's people who journal in the afternoon. So it depends on individuals' times, process time. So that's my morning routine, is doing that and then getting my kids ready for school and then getting out the house.
Right. So how much time on average do you devote to the journal writing there in the morning?
I would say an average of 5-10 minutes, sometimes less, depending on where I'm at in my life experience. Okay. So there might be a longer writing process for me, or it might be something short. So it depends. Yeah.
Well, that's very helpful because many times people feel like you have to write this long old story. You can just write a sentence. You can even write a word. It's just commit something to paper.
Yeah.
So I'm very intrigued by your prioritizing process. How do you determine what's a priority? As you say, to overcome this anxiety, overcome the overwhelming feeling of all these things coming at you and all the responsibilities that you have. How do you now approach setting your priorities?
Okay, how do I set my priorities? I ask myself, is this in alignment with my purpose? Is this in alignment with what I'm currently doing right now? And if it's not, then I will either have to say my schedule is currently booked, I'm unavailable for this right now, or I could say I can do it, but not at this time. Here's a time frame that I can do it. And then if that's not the case, if it's not in alignment with that at all, I would just have to say, no, it's not in alignment with what's going on right now. And also, like, I have a lot of things going on at one time, sometimes, most times. I have my kids who's priority, who is top priority. So if it interferes with my kids' lives, if it interferes with what they have going on in their experience of life and growth, I have to think of them first, you know. And if it doesn't, if my schedule is full, then I'm not able to do it. So
right. So can you share with us the idea of purpose? What is your purpose?
my purpose, I believe that I am here on earth to make a difference and to help other people to uncover what is inside of them, as we all have a purpose in us. God created us with a purpose. And I believe that when I speak to people about their passions and when I speak to people about what they want to do, it's like something awakens in me where I see past what they see. And it's not me trying to tell them what I see. It's me trying to bring it out of them. Like, hey, okay, so what are you going to do now? Like, what is your process? What do you want to do? What do you see yourself doing? And I am a purpose coach, and I want to help others be able to see what's inside of them. And they just have to learn to believe in themselves, and not just believe in themselves, but also believe in the God in them, because we all have God in us. Even if we don't want to admit to it, even if we don't see that, we still have God in us, because he's the one who ultimately created us, if you believe in him. But I feel like I'm here to help others. I'm committed. I think my experiences have allowed me the wisdom and the knowledge to be able to assist others who have a similar trauma background as me as well, where I was physically and mentally and emotionally abused in the past in my childhood. And I didn't allow that to be able to define me. And I just want other people to know that your past does not define you. It's actually what helps you grow into the purpose that is for your life. There's something in between those experiences that help you grow into what your divine calling is. It's something in there, and you just have to be able to have that space to be able to create that and find what is it that is your passion, you know.
And that's a brilliant point, the idea of space. You have to make space for transformation to take place. It needs room.
Yes.
It needs room, and it needs a certain amount of time.
Yes.
So can you share with us how you went from, one of your quotes is that you go from yesteryear's regrets to tomorrow's victories. And I think you just touched on it right there, that you don't allow your past to define you. And a lot of people can't get past their remorse or regret over something that they wish they hadn't done or had done differently, or that they allowed to happen or what have you. And they, as you say, they get stuck right there. So can you share a technique with us as to how to shift quickly your mindset from this regret mode to victory mode?
How do you shift? Okay. For me, when I have to change from a negative mindset, because sometimes we get overwhelmed. We're humans. We're allowed to feel. We're allowed to go through the emotions. However, it's what we do when we get to that rock bottom, so we don't hit depression or have a mental breakdown. What do we do in that process? And that's when, for me, I try to say, Stephanie, there's something in this that's positive. Something in this situation is positive. What is that positive? Even if it's the smallest thing that you can find, there's something in there. So I try to find that positive. And I also try to transform my way of thinking of that situation. So I try to find a quote, or a word that will help me to stay positive. So that word will come up in my mind when I'm thinking like, okay, I'm gonna be bombarded. I can't make it. I can't get through this. That word will pop up in my head as repetition because it's something I'm using, or a song that I'm using that's being replayed in my head, so that I could be able to keep that focus, so that I don't become too negative or drawn into the negativity of what's going on in my life. So I try to bring that positiveness out, and I try to think about that. And also people surrounding yourself around kindred spirits, being able to know who is for you and who is not for you. People who is for you is going to help empower you and encourage you and just give you that reminder, like, hey sis, like, you're not going through this by yourself, you know, like there's other people out there who's also experiencing something or experiencing something worse. So it's just like being able to surround yourself around those positive people as well, to uplift and encourage you, and also being able to have a routine or a way of changing those old pattern behaviors, just being able to build that structure. And I believe that once you find that structure, once you find that place of where you can change and shift that mindset, then you can be able to accomplish anything. And just being able to know that you can get through it, you know, as you come through other things, so you could get through this as well.
So the power of the mind to really focus. And my last Supercharge Sunday, I spoke with Emily Mchugh, who highlighted the whole idea of redirecting your energy. And it's along the same lines of how you put your thoughts, like you said, to a word or to a song or to a phrase that becomes your focal point. And when you put your energies there, then you don't have time to be distracted by the other things that are taking you away from what you want to achieve. So Stephanie, this is all wonderful insights. Where can people get your book for pre-order? How can they work with you? How can they contact you? And we'll also drop links in the comments, but share with us how they can get your book.
Yes, you can get the pre-sales of the book at my website, destinedtoconquer.com. Underneath the shop, my book will be right there for you to purchase.
And tell us the name of your book again.
It's The Transformation Journey, Seeing the Magic Within and Awakening Your Personal Power.
And it is a journaling, guided journaling process type.
Prompted journal. It helps you document what's currently going on in your life and where you want to be. So changing your like having a moment where, like, changing your desires into your reality. So you crave for something in your life. So how are we going to make that craving into your reality? How are we going to get to that step? So this is like a prompted journal in that sense.
And how can people follow you online? Do you have like I know website, do you have a Facebook page or anything like that you want to share?
Yes. I have a Facebook page as well as an Instagram, and it's called Stephanie Speaks on Facebook, and on Instagram it's called Steph, STEPH .speaks, SPEAKS.
Okay, excellent. And I will encourage people, if you have questions or anything, please share them. We can come back to the comments. I'm not able to see any comments right now, but just share and we can respond accordingly. Steph, I don't know if you see any on your end, but that you might want to respond to if there is one. If not, we can always respond when they come in. But this is really very inspiring, and how people are supercharging through life. You're taking that energy and that fuel to move forward despite obstacles or challenges and setbacks, that you really can rebound. And especially after this 2020 that we are having or have had and continue to have, it's not quite done yet. These skills are more important than ever to be able to do this, to have the resilience necessary to overcome and still succeed and still be a success and have that positive impact like your purpose is too, Stephanie. So that is a wonderful, wonderful thing. And plus, of course, it's flavored with that island vibe as well. An island vibration kind of brings it up a notch. So I that means a lot to me with my Jamaican roots, strong as they are. You know, you're always better off with a little island flavor. That's what I say. But anyway, I really thank, and I see your lovely boys wanting to get into action. They can come on in if they have something to contribute to.
Yeah, he's like,
no, it's wonderful. Nice to see them. But I just wanted to share with people too that you can catch us every Sunday, Supercharged Sunday, here with me, Emily. Join my Facebook group, Supercharged with Emily, if you want to have more exciting interactions like this, where I'll share your tips and insights for business strategy. And also coming up this Tuesday, the 15th, December 15th, is my special Supercharged Mastermind Masterclass that I'm going to be holding. It's a 2-hour program, and it's all about the framework for your 2021, looking at the structure for your year, the strategy, the benchmarks, setting the benchmarks to address how you're succeeding or if you're achieving your goals, and looking at putting a system in place so that your 2021 can actually flow along and not just be all over the place. It can have that sense of purpose to it. You actually put your goals within a process of how your whole business would look, and the idea of concurrent calendars. So I'm sharing that with you all. I invite you to sign up and join in that opportunity on Tuesday. But in the meantime, I just want to thank Stephanie again. Oh, you guys, yeah, go check out my website, emilymchugh.com. Download your Supercharged tips. I have them here somewhere. I can't find them. But when you go there, you'll get them. Your Supercharged daily checklist. And similar to what Stephanie is saying, every day you have to remind yourself to do something very specific, whether it's the intentional questions she mentioned about, with the journaling and how you go about it. It's a whole reminder. It's something you may know, but you forget. So having like a checklist or something just to remind yourself of what's important to you. So Stephanie, before we go, do you want to share any parting words or any other words of wisdom with our lovely audience here today?
Sure. Remember to believe in yourself. I'm going to add to that. Believe in the God in you, because God is within us. So.
Amen. Amen. That is beautiful, Stephanie. And I want to thank you so much and thank everyone who's taken the time to join us today and watching on Facebook and supporting us today. It's really a special treat to have you all here. And we look forward to seeing you next time. So with that, I'm going to say stay supercharged, and I'm coming to you every day with my daily charge, my little daily tips. So I'm seeing you every day for the month of December. And anyway, but thank you guys so much, and we'll see you next week and next time. Okay, so